This guy right here.
Back to another video. It's John Danes Digital here. I know I have not filmed in, I don't know, it's been like a month. But I'm back, all is well. I have been super busy and I wanted to make a video. I wouldn't be a cool, dope, laptop lifestyle SMMA guy if I didn't make a video about Corona and what it's doing to SMMA and what it's already done to some other agencies. So if this is your first time watching me, you can subscribe if you want to. But I own a real estate marketing agency. We have like 34 clients, I think. I should probably know that. And we're running ads all over the United States. We had a client in Italy who had to pause, but we're international. We've ran ads all over the United States. So I want to preface it by saying that and say that I'm in real estate, which is typically a market that's really volatile when it comes to a recession, because when people don't have jobs, they're not buying houses, right? So I want to talk about what SMMA is doing during this time of this coronavirus pandemic. And this is all opinions. I'm not studied up on this Corona thing at all. If you know me personally, I'm a really anxious person, and the anxiety guy on YouTube, if you should subscribe to him. Subscribe to him before you subscribe to me. But he talks about people are addicted to pain, and that's why like people are so pulled to go get on Twitter and look at how many people are sick, because they're just like addicted to this feeling of pain, and they want to be in fear and they want to be worried. So I personally am not super invested into this whole Corona thing that's going on, but I am invested into what's going on in the business world, because it is absolutely wrecking the economy in a way that has never been seen before. I was on the phone with one of my mentors yesterday, and he said something that really stuck out. In 2008, he did super well. Bought a bunch of houses, he crushed it, and he told me, he's like, John, the thing that's so scary about this is there's no playbook. This has never happened before, and I don't think young entrepreneurs are really, just because of the same stuff I talk about, right? You're following these laptop lifestyle goofballs who don't know a thing about business, who probably don't treat their employees well. They're not gonna have longevity in the game, and you're listening to these morons. So that's why a lot of people aren't really informed on what's actually going on, because they're not listening to real business owners. This is a crazy time right now. And if you have money to invest, this is like the best time to grow your business. I know we're looking at hiring talent because there's a whole pool of talent that got cut right now. And it's a really interesting time to be in business. So yeah, my thoughts. If you own an agency that does gyms or med spas or an industry like that, you've probably taken a hit. Most people aren't going to transition well because, I hate to say it, but most people are just bad agency owners that own agencies. Like 90% of people just don't run their agency properly, and they focus on the wrong things, and they're all about glitz and glam and, oh, look at me, I have an agency. So yeah, that's scary. I would have things in place where if everything hits the fan, you can transition into coaching your clients and showing them how to do what you do. I don't think real estate's going to take as big of a hit. In most areas, it's an essential business. In some, it's a non-essential. But my clients and the people that I'm talking to and the people that we attract are big action takers. So if they can't work right now, they're putting systems in place to work. So my ecosystem in terms of real estate hasn't been super affected. I'm going to say that and knock on wood. But as of right now, it's business as usual for most of my clients. I got some clients in Oregon and Cali who had to pause. Obviously, my client in Italy had to pause. But other than that, it's been business as usual for us. In terms of our agency, our CPLs have been way lower. Everybody's on their phones. We have a couple e-com clients, which not a lot of people know, but their numbers are good right now too. So if you're doing e-com, you're probably in a pretty good boat right now. But if you do gyms, med spas, your business is probably taking a huge hit and you don't really know what to do. That's when you need to transition into maybe showing them exactly how they can do this when the economy gets better. That's my first thought. So if you're in a business like that, that's what I would tell you to do. And I think this is going, and you can mark my words here, I hope I'm wrong. I think this is going to change the way that business is conducted forever. I think people are going to be a lot more hesitant to go out in public, be around other people. I don't think people are going to go to clubs and and stand on top of each other. Maybe they'll still do it in like Panama City. But I don't think that's going to be as much of a thing anymore. I think people are going to be scared to go outside. I think more people are going to live a sedentary lifestyle. And I think that if you sell products online right now that are US sourced and that can assist people in the comfort of their home, you're in a good spot. And I think that the biggest thing that's going to affect a lot of agency owners is the inner game. Because most agency owners, and I talk to a ton of agency owners, they have no belief in what they do, and they're just completely not confident in what they do. Like most agency owners are like, oh, I don't know if this potential client has the budget, or they're already doing this, or I don't really, that's not a factor. With my team, we don't care if somebody's spending X amount of dollars or if they just got started. Real estate professionals need what we have to offer. It helps them grow their business. It makes their lives better. They need it. That's the cold hard facts. And if they have to figure out a way that they can make it happen, let's do that. But the problem with most agency owners is they just think, oh, I'm a commodity, which they are if their service isn't very good. I'm a commodity and my business is going to get wiped out because, that's just how the game goes. Well, that's the wrong mentality and belief to have. You have to understand, as a traditional business owner, when things slow down and when people are less hesitant, that is the most important time to put a system in place to grow your business. And I hate to break it to you, if you're an agency owner who's delivering subpar results, you're going to get taken out of the game. In a time like this, people can't shop around like they used to. People can't make big leaps like they used to. It's going to be one and done. You're going to have to give somebody the solutions that they need, and you're going to have to do it quickly. So gear up and get ready for that as an agency owner if you're working in a business model that hasn't been affected, kind of like us. I got on a call with my team the other day, and I said, listen guys, the only thing that's changed is we have to be the best. We have to be the best. There's no room for, oh, I'm using the guys at Commission Accelerator and I'm using Zillow, or I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It has to be, we are the best, we are how they grow their business, and they're dependent on us to do so. And I know I still got realtor domination behind me. I'm getting my sign changed. But because we got cease and desist from the National Association of Realtors. I think some of you guys might know that. But so right now, you have to be the best. If you're an agency owner, there's no room for slip-ups. This is a time where you need to work on retaining your client base, and you have to serve them in the best way possible. If you have less than 10 clients, or maybe you sell a little bit higher ticket and you have less than 5 clients, go focus on getting clients and giving them the best experiences possible. And you have to let your clients understand you're not doing them a due diligence if you don't explain to them that now is the time to put a system in place. Now is the time to regroup. Now is the time to look back on the mistakes you made for the past 3 to 5 years if you've been in business that long, and say, what could I have done differently? What could I have done to be better? What could I have done to grow faster? So that's my thoughts in terms of what you should be doing right now if you're an agency owner. If you're in a business model that is getting hit hard, there's going to be other niches that you can potentially dive into. We're a bit too big now for us to just completely pivot. But I can tell you, if I had no clients, I would be looking into insurance right now. That's a good industry right now. I'd be looking at home delivery, things like that. There's all kinds of industries that you're going to be able to crack into. It's a really good time to grow your business, to regroup, to expand. And if you're young right now, like you're 19, 20, 21, and you're trying to dive into the world of entrepreneurship, this is awesome. I am, aside from all the devastation and bad things that have happened, if you're solely looking at it from a business standpoint, and like I said before I started the video, I don't want you guys to, oh, you're so insensitive. Like I said before I started the video, I'm specifically talking about the economic consequences that have come from this, the economic consequences, because I don't personally think anybody's informed enough to be making big decisions or talking about illness and stuff like that, because dude, you're not a doctor. And personally, nobody knows well enough to make any kind of decision. We've never seen anything like this before. But if you're 19, 20, we're hitting this before we're getting older. Like, the economy will come back up. We're probably going to dip into a 2-year recession, gear up for it. But by the time you're 22, you're going to have gone through one of the worst economic collapses ever. And you're going to be out on the other side 22 years old. Like, come on. It's pretty freaking cool. But you have to look at it that way. Like, there was a couple days, I'm not going to lie, that I was a bit depressed about this because we're scaling super fast. We're growing, we're going crazy, and I was like a bit depressed for like 2 days. I just kind of chilled and played Grand Theft Auto. But I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, look, John, you're going to have to get through this. This is a perfect time to be hitting this because I didn't just go buy an $800,000 house. And mark my words, the people that are going to get hit the worst by this are going to be the people with high living expenses and the people that wanted to ball out on social media and look cool. And I'm not in a bad spot. I have low income. I still have my people I got to take care of. Nobody's going to get cut from any of my teams. I'm actually probably going to bring on more people because I've set myself up correctly in a lot of ways. And, you know, I snapped out of it. So if you're in that spot where you're moping around and you're sad, get used to it. Look yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I got to be proactive about this. I got to take massive action. I got to do more. The thing about an economic downturn, you're going to have to do more to get the same results that you got. So we're going to have to do 2x what we were doing to get the same results that we were getting before. So if I'm making 10 sales calls and I'm closing 5, I got to make 20 if I want to close 5. I got to make 30 if I want to close 5. I got to do more, because it's easy to do well when everybody else is doing well. It's easy to ball out when everybody's killing it. But when everybody's not killing it and people are getting hit hard, it's not so easy. It's difficult. But the good thing is, you're not in this alone. You're not the only one that's going through this. So work your tail off. There's no playbook for this. You know, I was thinking that the next recession, I was thinking it would be in 2022, was my personal belief. And I thought, you know, it's going to be the same as it was, and I'm going to be super cash rich, and I'm going to go buy a bunch of houses. It didn't work like that. And that's okay, because if business was predictable, it wouldn't be fun. So Regroup, I want to tell you that if you're an agency owner who maybe had a big agency, instead of pivoting, maybe go find somebody that you can partner up with and add wisdom to. I can tell you right now, if somebody came to me and they said, listen, John, I was working in gyms. I had 20 clients. We were doing $40K a month. What can I do to come help you grow your business right now? That person would not only be compensated very, very well financially, but they would get out of the terrible spot that they were in. And that would be a lot of value to me. So, you know, think about it from that standpoint. If you're in a business like that, it sucks. It's a tough break. But sitting around and being sad and moping isn't going to change anything. So get back out there, get back on your feet. Like I said, this is going to change the way business is done. Look out for that. Think about what your clients are going to need in 5 years and not right now. And if you're in an industry that hasn't got hit all that hard, start hitting the phones. You need to let your clients know. It's not arrogant. It's not wrong to tell them, look, I want to warn you that when you get back out there, it's going to be harder for you to attract clients organically. You're going to need to put a system in place. That's the right thing to do. That is what you need to do. So if you're in a spot like that right now, especially with us, with real estate, we're letting clients get onboarded and get started. And when everything blows over, you know, they can actually start their campaigns and get live. But now is the perfect time to regroup. I was on the phone with a guy the other day. He's like, dude, look, I'm here to learn anything I can. I want to put something in place. And once everything starts back, I want to get out there and I want to take action. So yeah, that's my thoughts about SMMA and coronavirus and everything that's going on. I don't think the coronavirus is what you need to worry about. I think the economic downturn is going to be what you have to worry about if you're an American business owner right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, but I can tell you that if you study death rates during an economic downturn, it's significant. It's something that I would recommend you to give a Google in terms of suicides and addictions and things like that, and a lot of mental health stuff. I put out a post, somebody dies from suicide every 42 seconds, and if you've ever had been around somebody like that in your life, you know how destructive that is, and a lot of that can be caused from, hey, I lost my job or this happened. So there's a lot of bad things that come out of an economic collapse, and I don't think that's what enough people understand. But yeah, we're in terms of what we're going to do in America, we're in a bad scenario right now. You can either let everything go back to normal and let a bunch of people get sick, or you can lock up the whole world and let a bunch of people lose their jobs. So it's kind of a bad scenario that we're in, but we're going to get it figured out. We always do. And if we don't, I got bigger things to worry about than how can I get some real estate clients. So listen, keep your mindset strong. Do not feed into the fear of Googling coronavirus symptoms, or if you feel a scratch in your throat, oh my gosh, it's Armageddon, it's doomsday, I need to go to the hospital. Keep your mindset strong. That's the most important thing you can do. Focus on being the best. If you're in an industry that got hit hard, you need to regroup. You need to think about where you want to go and either find somebody who can take you there faster, or regroup and go find a different industry. So those are my thoughts on coronavirus and SMMA. My name's John Danes. If you know a real estate professional, you need to plug them in with me in my ecosystem. We are serving real estate pros, in my opinion, the best of anyone in the industry, and I would love to have that referral from you or that contact. That's all I ask for these videos. Comment down below. I'm just locked in the house, so I want to start producing a ton of content for you. We have a full-time content editor, so make sure to plug in with me on my socials. John Danes on Instagram, and you can search up John Danes on Facebook and LinkedIn. My face will pop up. So yeah, hit me if you need anything, guys. I'm here to support you in this time. Like I said, there's no playbook, so this is really scary stuff, but we're going to get through it. Keep your mindset strong, regroup, and get back out there and win. Let's go. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
I ain't going back. Split 5 and make doubles. I ain't going back. When there was no rush, just rustle. I ain't going back.